But this is one thing I've been realizing, and maybe if you're deciding on whether you should go to college or you should, not go to college, maybe pursue something else. Here's my advice, as someone who went to college. When I was coming out of high school, I didn't know what I wanted to do. And especially with the whole social media ification, if I can use that word, it's not a word, but the whole like entrepreneurship, hustle, grind, kind of culture and message that people put out on Instagram. Um, they kind of encourage you, hey, just pursue your dreams. Just start a business. It doesn't matter what if you don't know what you're doing. Just start a business and you'll figure it out or something like that's kind of like the theme I get. Grind, work hard. But coming out of high school, I didn't really have that desire. I didn't really know what I wanted to do. And um, of course, I'm not saying there's anything bad with, pursuing your dreams and stuff like that. But the thing is, I didn't have like a business idea that I was willing to just put it all on the line for and just risk it. I didn't have that, right? So I didn't know what I wanted to do. And I had to just make the best decision, right? Because I was like, time's going to go on. I just graduated high school, so I'm used to going to school. So my options were, just get a job and just start working because I wasn't interested in doing anything else, or just go to school. And what I saw school as an opportunity was you're just buying yourself another 4 years to figure it out. Okay, because if you don't go to college, you go to your Thanksgiving, Christmas, you talk to your friends and everything, and the question is, hey, so what's up? What are you doing? Right? Well, and the pressure's on, especially depending, if the people around you are entrepreneurial, right? Like my parents, your family, um, people around you, your age, or maybe already started businesses and or whatever they're doing, right? They're finding success. So the question, you're gonna start feeling this pressure. Man, what am I doing, right? Like I gotta kind of pick it up and go. I gotta kind of get situated with my life. Feel like this pressure, but what I feel like for me personally, going to college, it just bought me another 4 years to figure out what to do. Right? Whenever people ask, oh, so like, what's the plan? What's your plan? Oh, I don't know. I'm still in school. I'm figuring it out. I'm still in school. To me, that was a good decision. And again, I'll go more into details of my experience in school when I graduate. That's I kind of just want to let this thing right out, and then I'll go back and really digest it. But I'm saying if you're deciding between not going to college and going to college, and you don't really have anything else set up or planned out, man, just and one thing I would say, the reason also another factor why I went to college because it wasn't that expensive. The school I went to, it wasn't that expensive. I had scholarships, because I had a good enough GPA in high school and things like that. So financially, it made sense. I didn't know what else I wanted to do with my life, and as a business decision, I said, "Hey, I'm just buying myself a little bit more time. It's inexpensive in comparison. I commuted. I lived from home. I mean, I lived with my parents. I commuted, so I saved money there, and I just bought myself 4 years to kind of figure out and just be a student and to learn. And I mean, look, I'm and now I'm graduating. The time went by pretty fast. Was it fun all the time? No. Was it fun to have due dates and things like that? Absolutely not. Does it take time? Of course. But listen, those 4 years are going to go by, and they're honestly going to go by pretty quick. And so, I kind of look around, and there's some people that are like, oh, well, I'll just take a gap year and just kind of work. And now we're the same age, but I kind of have this section of my life of like getting a formal education. Now it's going to be kind of fully behind me, and I can go work and pursue things that I want. And so that's just my advice. If you're deciding, should I go to college? Should I not go to college? If you have the opportunity to go to college inexpensively, flexibly, and the option is flexible. I would say close to your house. You're not putting in like, and of course it depends. Obviously, if you're going for nursing or law or whatever, I was just going for business, just general. But it's good to have a degree. I feel like And like I keep saying, I'll talk more about my just overall experience. But man, if you're don't waste time, because I think about the flip side. If I don't go to college, I'm still doing the same stuff I'm doing without going to college, right? I'm just working part time, or even if I was working full time, but I wouldn't be making as much money. And I'm not 100% sold that my degree is going to make me that much more money. Um, but yeah, I would just be. I mean, I still hung out with my friends. I still went on trips. These 4 years. Um, I was still doing ministry these 4 years. Um, yeah, sure, there was times where, I couldn't go on a trip or I couldn't stay, somewhere just because I had class the next day or, I had to study or something like that, and you had to stay on top of due dates and things like that. But but yeah, I mean, 4 years went by and we're finishing up. And honestly, I never really cared for school. Like I went to school like just because it was for me it made sense as the better decision. Um, but now that I'm kind of like at the point of where I'm almost done, I'm kind of proud of myself, honestly, because it wasn't easy to stick it out. My journey through college was not easy. I took a lot of extra classes. I went through a lot of different like life changes um, throughout this college, throughout my time at college. Life changed a lot. We went through COVID. I took summer classes every summer to stay on track. Um, I failed classes throughout COVID. I dropped classes because I couldn't just do it. I just could not do it online. Um, I really did overcome a lot of challenges, like to me, that were actually difficult. Um, when the war started in Ukraine, I mean, I thought I was just gonna drop out. It was such an emotional, like, toll. Like, I didn't think I could do it. Made it through that, man. And made it through, you know, all this stuff, and now I'm like, hey, man, I'm pretty much a month away, a month and a half, man. Once I get back from Singapore, it's 6 weeks, man, 6 weeks, and got stuff we got to finish strong and whatnot. But man, like, it's crazy, and to think that, you know, the difference between that and not being done is just saying, okay, yeah, I'm gonna go. I didn't want to go to school. I didn't want to. I wasn't excited. My whole life plan was to. I was supposed to play basketball. That was in my dream. That's the reason I was going to go to college, but I didn't have that, and I wasn't too interested in school. I only applied to one school. I got accepted to it, and I went. It wasn't a big crazy process. I never had that desire, but I'm looking back, and I am pretty glad that I went. I can't lie. I'm pretty glad that I went. That I kind of just struggled through with it, and man, it feels so good to know that I'm done. Um, and yeah, I definitely want to kind of go more into details, and I'll have my co-host by the time I graduate, so we'll be able to kind of talk more about like our experiences with school and stuff like that. And I'm really excited to have this. When you see the co-host, you'll know. I don't want to just keep it a secret, I guess. Um, but yeah, I think I'm gonna wrap it up for this episode. Um, just wanted to share a couple stories and just give a little bit of updates on all that's going on, and just kind of give a glimpse into the future. This episode is more about just me being committed to this, to the podcast, man, because uh, it could have been very easy. I go to bed early, so it could have been very easy just to kind of mail it in and say, well, make an excuse. But nah, man, we did it. We did it, and that's a win for me. Um, that's a win for me. I guess if you watch this full episode, leave comments, subscribe, and yeah, man, I'll see you guys in 2 weeks. Hope you guys have a blessed week, and yeah, that's it. Thanks for tuning in. Peace.